Heather, Tampa is beginning to feel the brunt of this storm in the same way that parts further south were feeling it earlier in the day. The wind is blowing in, as you can see behind me. We're inside a parking garage right now, got a little bit of shelter, but outside the wind is whipping up, the rain is just pouring down, and Tampa really is bracing for the impact of this storm. Now, it was a lot quieter today, a little bit of rain, a light breeze, nothing like what we saw further south. But even then, the signs of the coming storm were plain to see. The waters near Tampa drawn back today by the power of the approaching storm. An ominous sign given the prediction this water would rush back with speed and force in a storm surge. Jonathan Stitt walks his dog by the water's edge every day, and he's never seen it look like this.
Yeah, it's about, I'd say, 15 feet lower than what it usually is. I've been living here 7 years. I've never seen it this low. It's honestly, it's eerie because you can physically see the water. You know, the bay goes out to the ocean this way, behind where you're standing, and you can physically see the water going out into the ocean, and you know, it's eerie because you know it's going to come back in.
Tampa is a city built on the water's edge. It's vulnerable to flooding, and it hasn't faced a hurricane the size of Irma since the 1920s.
We know that we are ground zero for Hurricane Irma. We have, for 90 years, avoided this day, but I think our day has come.
The streets of Tampa were deserted today. Firefighters and police remained on alert, as did many residents who, by choice or circumstance, are riding out this storm.
Well, it was going to hit Miami dead on and be an East Coast storm for 4 or 5 days. And by the time that it kind of shifted west, everyone was out of gas already. And we feel like we're in a pretty safe place, so we're just kind of holing up for it.
Tonight, Tampa is under a curfew. Streets are empty, and as I say, the storm is just now blowing in, and chances are it's only going to get stronger as the night goes on.
Tom, as we heard from the young man to whom you spoke just there, the expectation was that Irma would hit the east coast of Florida, but then things shifted, and it took aim at Tampa. So how has that affected preparations and even readiness?
I think it did catch some people here by surprise. As I said, Tampa hasn't faced a big storm like this in an awful long time, and maybe that did breed a certain degree of complacency here. That said, there are an awful lot of police on the roads here. There was an evacuation order that was, for the most part, listened to, but you did see a lot of people out today. Even when the storm surge was going out, you saw people going out and having a look at, being able to step on a stand that was normally deep underwater. Now, we're going to have to wait and see what this all brings, but certainly Tampa right now is bracing for the worst.